We're live again. So much fun. Okay, so I'm just gonna go live for about an hour here just to kind of wind down for today. I don't know, I edited a lot of vlogs and learned a couple of TikToks and things like that. So yeah, it was a pretty busy day, but I did just want to come on here to talk about something that just kind of happened today. Obviously, these lives are an open diary of sorts for my life, and obviously, like, I don't know, I decide what I'm going to talk about and what I'm not going to talk about or why. But the biggest thing is that I just discovered that, and I feel comfortable saying this because I've never told you guys who I'm signed with or who my agent is. Obviously, like to protect them always, but I want to talk about my journey as an actor. But I did just discover today that I no longer necessarily have an agent, but I am still with the agency that I signed with. But it was super sad just to not have the agent that I originally had. You know, he really took a chance on me when literally nobody else did. I will never forget, like, I reached out to Canadian agencies and agencies in Chicago and in Ohio and South Carolina and Atlanta and Florida. And he was the one person who really took a chance on me. So to not have him as an agent anymore, just because of everything that's been going on, it's kind of sad, you know. But I spoke with my agency earlier today and they're like, you're still signed and all that. But it's just weird that, you know, this has kind of caused this to happen. And you guys know, I mean, you guys have seen, I'm sure, that agent video. I'm wearing my Academy Award sweatshirt today, by the way. It's so oversized. But you guys have seen, I'm sure, that video of me getting an agent for the first time and me being so happy and at Griffith Park and things like that. What do you mean by not having an agent but still with the agency? Sorry if I'm late to the chat. No, it's just 2 minutes. So uh, it's hard to talk about because I want to tell my story, but I don't want to talk about somebody else, if that makes sense. But basically, the industry is restructuring, I will say. And the agent that I signed with at my agency, so at my house of agents that I signed with, I'm no longer signed with him. He's no longer with the agency, but I'm still signed to my agency. So I don't necessarily have a point person, but I still am signed to the agency, which is great. I hope I did that in the right way. But, you know, I just always want to tell my story as things are happening and going on. I didn't want to make a full video about this or anything. I just wanted to say my thoughts, but it's like super sad. It's kind of like losing a teacher, you know what I mean? Like, he was the person that I would text before an audition about advice and things like that. And I don't know, it's gonna be sad moving forward. But I was like, I'll see you at Disneyland. I'll see you on the red carpet at premieres or whatever. Like, he's just the greatest person ever to even once again take a chance on me. I'll say the story a little bit again, but Leonardo DiCaprio's first agent is who contacted my current agent. They're all at the same agency and basically said, like, take a meeting with this kid. Like, just take a meeting. And he did not have to sign me after that. You know what I mean? Like, this agent could have just wrote me off and been like, you know, he, you know, he wasn't good enough or this or that, but he believed in me. He believed that I could add some value to the agency and go out on roles, and I have, you know, and I've been on time pretty much to every audition, and I've gone to every audition. I've only turned down one for roles that I don't necessarily believe is me. Um, you know, like thug and things with abuse and assault, just because obviously I've experienced stuff like that. So it's like I know that there's a bigger story there, and I'd rather be a part of the bigger story when it's about abuse and assault than just, I don't know, you know, just jump into a role and that just be what you guys see. I want it to be an arc, you know. You need to see why somebody's a monster or why somebody's evil. I just don't want to be a monster or evil, if that makes sense. But yeah, it's just super sad. I mean, I'm just making this video. I'm going to be live for about an hour. So if you guys want to check out, you can. But it's just super sad. I always want to leave this diary about my life and the things that are going on, and the bad times and not so good times. And 2020 has been tough on a lot of people, but I think the biggest thing is that you just have to keep on going and know that even though something may seem bad, there's always an opportunity waiting. Always. And that's what my life's journey is going to be about. Um, if I was dropped by the agency, I would have been so devastated, but they've decided to keep me on, which is such a beautiful thing and wonderful thing. And especially during this time, they don't have to do that. They don't have to work hard to get me roles, but they're doing that, not roles, but auditions, which lead to roles. So, but yeah, so, and that's why, like, when I receive so many messages about people wanting me to send them my agent's information or my agency's information. I never want to do that just because of things like this. You know what I mean? Like, I want to be so transparent about my life, but there's like a hard stop when it comes to some things. And, the agent's one of those. It's because it's a person, you know what I mean? And I obviously want to protect their life and things like that. Well, thank you. I hope that it pays off. You know, Jess said thank you for being so honest with us. It's super appreciated. Yeah, I mean, I hope that this transparency pays off. You know, um, it's hard. Life and things and journeys, but I want to romanticize it as much as I can and put it out there. And there's going to be things about my journey that I'm going to forget. Luckily, I've been able to vlog every single audition post college, and I'm still doing that. You know what I mean? And now I have those memories, so I can really look back at it like, oh, I did that. Or somebody can look back at it and hopefully learn a thing or two. You know what I mean? So yeah, but I called my agency super quick, like, just making sure. I love you guys. And they were like, we love you too. I was like, thank you. But yeah, but I think it's hard for just the entire industry. There's nothing really going on. So yeah, it's super difficult. But I'm gonna stay on here for about an hour to get my watch hours. Feels like not detention, but like I'm doing I don't know, get my hours in or whatever. You guys are so nice. You're absolutely amazing, and this too shall pass. But you definitely have a spark that we all see and appreciate, as you are brave, kind enough to share with us. Thank you. I appreciate that. That means a lot to me, truly. But yeah, it's you guys' comments that just keep going. I mean, I don't know. I feel like a lot of the successes that I've had or steps that I've had forward is a lot because of this channel. So I feel like it's important to share my life, obviously, like in a really responsible way. Like I would never, that really meant a lot to me. Oh my God. But obviously I would never like overstep certain boundaries and stuff like that. But that's why I just always want to be super transparent with my life as much as I can. But yeah, I have nothing else to really talk about. Just that thing. I did learn a couple of TikToks tonight. I'm so excited to do it tomorrow. Once again, I'm doing this kind of just to get really tired so that tomorrow I can wake up super early, get a lot of work done, and then have new vlogs for you guys. My new thing that I'm really trying is to have a series of vlogs prepared so I can release them kind of all at once. Not all at once, but like over the course of a couple of days, so that it's not just, scattered or whatever. Because this month has been a little bit difficult. I mean, just for a normal person, it would be difficult. But, with my grandmother passing away, and then my grandmother passing away, and, now this agent news, it's like stuff like this just kind of like knocks you off. So, oh, Walter has a question. Walter asks, how do you feel now that the industry is doing? What are you doing to be trained? I take classes every week and stay, I'm guessing, in touch with my manager and agent. That's super cool. I feel good about the industry. I think that the roles and things that are going to be coming up is going to be super diverse. And I think that there's going to be a focus on Black lives in particular. That's why I keep on making the joke to my friends. I'm like, I cannot wait for this remake of Remember the Titans that's coming up. It's going to be good. No, I don't know if that's going to happen. But yeah, I feel really good about like what's gonna happen. I mean, obviously I know that there's so many people who are hurting and stuff like that, but I think it's gonna be good. Like when it's all over. And the movies that are like being made right now are super cool. Like I just saw like Songbird, which is with Sophia Carson, KJ Appa, Demi Moore. You know, and it's about pandemic stuff. And then Denzel Washington and Julia Roberts are making a movie, and it's also just like really self-contained film. Because if you guys don't know, like during pandemics and stuff, it's so much easier just to do a self-contained um, movie type of thing. So yeah, I'm really excited about that. What are you doing to be trained? So I was prepared to go to acting classes at Second City. I need to actually check. Okay, I'm going to check really quick while I answer this question. But I was going to take acting classes at Second City starting, I think, at the beginning of July or the end of July. But then they announced they were just going to continue doing online classes. And I wasn't really about that. I mean, if I'm going to spend like as much money as that cost, I want to do it in person. So, but I'm just watching like a lot of movies, watching a lot of movies, watching a lot of the Meisner technique, things like that, just to stay trained and stay productive during this time. It's hard. It's hard to be like a uh you know an actor who's who needs to be on his toes, but I'm doing it. I think. I hope so. But thanks for your question, buddy. I've never seen you actually like comment before, so it's so nice to meet you. Thanks for stopping in. But yeah, I'm gonna stay on here for about an hour, and then I will call it a night. I'll go to bed and edit some more vlogs tomorrow, and yeah, it's gonna be good. But super sad, like super super sad. I wrote him he wrote me an email, and I wrote him an email back, and it was all love. You know what I mean? Just because he changed my life. You know, I would have never moved to I don't think I've ever really told the story before that, but I was working a corporate job. I'd gotten fired for basically being a Law and Order. They had targeted me for a year, and then Hamilton. Oh, well, that's so nice. I love like ghost watchers. It's nice to meet you, Walter. But yeah, I auditioned for Hamilton, which was a lifesaver because I was like, is this acting thing even going to continue on? And then after audition for Hamilton, reached out to so many agencies, so many. And I reached out to an agency in LA that wasn't the one that I'm with now. And they were like, yeah, let's have a meeting on this day. And we set the date. And I have this on a vlog. I think the vlog is called A Night in LA, Christmas Tree Farms and Dealing with Rejection. And the night before the meeting, or 2 nights before the meeting, they said that the woman who I was meeting with, the agent who I was meeting with, couldn't meet at the time. So I had to push. So they were like, "Well, can you meet like another day?" And the day was literally like smack in the middle of my Disney vacation with my mom and her best friend. So I was like, I'm not like any other time I would miss something like that, but I was like, I've done this so many times where I've like just canceled out on something because like a family trip or anything just because of acting. And I was like, no, like this time, no, like we set this time, like like I'm in LA for 3 more days. It can be any of those days. Just like let's not push it to next week, all because of a doctor's appointment. And so I think rescheduled it to like 2 months later. And then she canceled again and then ghosted me, like didn't even reply to any more messages. And I was like, wow. And oh, if my earphones die, hold on. I have my handy dandy analog things. But I hope you guys can hear me still. Testing, testing. And so then I was reaching out to a whole bunch of other agencies, and one of the agencies that I reached out to was Leonardo DiCaprio's first agent. And he had recommended me to one of his agents and was like, hey, just like meet with this guy, like just give him a chance and like meeting with him. And once again, my agent could have been like, I met with him, he's oh, thank you. Thanks. You guys can still hear me. But he was like, just give him a chance, just like not even give him a chance like to sign him, like you didn't even have to do that, just like meet with him. And he called me in for a meeting, and I met with him. And he was like, we have to go through paperwork and stuff like that, but I think I want to sign you. And then I think it was on Tuesday I had the meeting, on a Friday I was signed. So it was a magical thing. And I remember I was like having lunch with my best friend Akira on the Disney lot, and it was just, I'm not gonna cry tonight, but it was such a magical experience. I think that was my first time on the Disney lot too, in LA. And you guys know I'm obsessed with Disney, want to be in a Disney film one day. But things like this happens to people. I think like people don't talk about it, and I'm so glad that I have a platform where I can talk about agents leaving, but it's okay, all will be well. And I said the same thing to him. I was like, look, if there's one thing that you've taught me, because he was obsessed, well, yeah, he was obsessed with Indiana Jones, I guess I could say that. One of the things he taught me was that, after every rejection, there is a bigger and better opportunity just waiting for you, and a bigger adventure as well at every corner, at every turn, and my whole theme of this summer has been, for every low, there's a high, and you just have to get through that low. You can't quit on anything. You can't give up on anything. Can't give up on life. Can't give up on your dreams. You have to just keep on going. And yeah, like what a beautiful thing to learn during this time. You know what I mean? In quarantine and, not being able to audition. I found myself so much this summer, more than any other time in my life. And I'm super proud of that. Super, super proud of it. So yeah, super proud. Oh my gosh. Like I know myself, you know what I mean? And I think we talked last night. I'm not going to go into detail about it, but we talked about the text message last night that was very mean and discouraging that someone sent to me, a bully. And it didn't affect me because I knew who I was. You know what I mean? Like, I know I just want to bring positivity and light to people. And, that's all this is about. Can you guys hear noise in the background, by the way? Can somebody tell me if you hear noise in the background? I have the AC on because it's hot. It's a hot girl summer. No. You hear noise in the... Oh, no? Somebody said yeah. Somebody said no. Like, can you hear screaming and stuff? There's like a TV on, but I don't know if I should turn that off. Oh, you hear music? Well, is it bothering you? Is it bothersome, the music? Is it like loud, or can you like hear me? Thanks, Aurora. I appreciate all the comments. And Pink Sugar Bear, thank you. I just want it to be a good LOL. No, okay, thank you. Just making sure. I want it to be like casual, but I also, want you guys to be able to hear what I'm saying. But yeah, super sad, but all's will be well. What else can I talk about? Zendaya was nominated for an Emmy today, guys. That was cool. I'm so excited for her. I love Zendaya. Like, I always say, like, if there's somebody who I could have in the past, now I just want to be myself. But if I could have modeled my career after anybody, it would be Zendaya. Like, Disney Channel, and now nominated for Euphoria, which was such an amazing show. It's so cool. If you guys haven't seen Euphoria, you have. Well, I don't know the age range that's watching this, but if you've ever wanted to watch Euphoria and you're over a certain age, like 16 or something, go ahead and watch it. Zendaya is my fave actress. Yeah, she's great. I love her. She's probably my favorite too. Like, when you think about her life, so you think about what am I thinking about? When you think about Smallfoot, I'm just like naming random stuff. Think about Smallfoot. You think about Greatest Showman. You think about Spider-Man. She's so cool. Well, Aurora has a question. I have an agency question. I signed with one in November, and no one has like one agent apparently. We're all supposed to talk to them. Isn't that odd? I signed with one in November, and no one has like, I don't understand your question, Aurora. I'm sorry. I signed with one in November, and no one has like one agent. Apparently, we're all supposed to talk to all of them. If your question is like, you're supposed to talk to every agent in your agency, a lot of my friends, that's how theirs are ran as well. Like, you obviously have a point person, but everybody works for you. I don't know if that's what you're trying to say. So it's not really odd. It's just the way that it is. the reason why it's odd is because nobody talks about this stuff. So nobody tells you like, hey, when you sign with an agency, like your entire agency is gonna, which is so cool. Like your entire, okay, yeah, yeah, no, it's not weird. Like your entire agency like works for you. It's like so cool. Like I wouldn't think of it as weird. I would think of it like, oh my God, like there's so many eyes on my face and on my headshot, you know, to like put me into roles and things like that. So yeah, don't think of it as weird. I wouldn't. But it's odd because like people don't talk about it, you know? So but now I am. Kind of. Not really. But yeah, I'm gonna go for about 40 more minutes here. If you guys have any questions for me. But I just hope yeah, no one told me that before. Yeah, sign with an agency and I have 3 agents within there that work for me, even though I was signed by one of them. Yeah, I mean that's how it works, you know. Nobody talks about it. I mean, Brad Pitt's not gonna go on Oprah show and be like, yeah, so when I first started, because it's once again, like as I said, like it's a success story, and I think so many people care about the success. Thanks, Jerika. Well, I love you too. You love my vlogs. I love you too. Yeah, I'm starting to do lives like every night pretty much, and I'm gonna get on a better schedule, but I'm just kind of testing it out right now. But yeah, Brad Pitt's not gonna go on Oprah show and be like, yeah, so when I first signed with my agent, you know, I had 5 different agents working for me, you know, because we care about success. So we're like, what house do you live in? But that's why I think it's good, like while I'm still telling my story and still, you know, building my journey up, you know, I just want to talk about things like that. So yeah, not weird, Aurora. You have 2 people here who are saying it's not weird, so you're good. I hope everybody's doing well. Jarika, I applied to an agency recently. They said to email them in 3 weeks for a status. Tomorrow will be 3 weeks. I've put off so many other offers. What should I email them? I'm super nervous. Um, just I would do so when I did my first agent emails, I think they were like 9 sentences for it. So keep it very short and to the point. There's no need to sugarcoat things. You sugarcoat things once you're signed, I would recommend. But I would just say, you know, if tomorrow's 3 weeks, they said to email them. So they told you to email them for a status. So I would say like in a line or two, like, hi, just checking in with my like however you talk, with my status on um, you know, my application to be signed to this agency. I just want to touch base with you guys. Thank you so much for all you do. Have a nice day. Bye. You know, or however you talk. Just keep it short and sweet because all you want to know is the answer to them. So that's what I would email. And don't be nervous. I think I said this in another live stream. I know that like nervousness and rejection and those things are super hard, but you know, I think about all the roles that I've auditioned for in the past year and how many of them I haven't gotten, and they just keep on getting better, the roles that I'm auditioning for. So just know that there's a better opportunity out there, you know, if you don't get signed. And there's nothing that you can do to change somebody's mind. It's kind of like love. You know, you can't force somebody to be in love with you. And it's the same thing with an agent. So if they look at you or if they, you know, see your resume and they don't believe in you and you know, they give you an opportunity, a chance to talk and to meet with them and to, you know, have a conversation about it, and they still don't get it, you know, it's okay. It's all going to be okay. You know, I found my agent in 3 months. I mean, it took like it took a lot of years. My first audition when I was 8 years old, but when like trying to get an agent, I got my first agent and yeah, in 3 months. Like I had reached out to all these different agencies around the country, you know, and had gotten no's, door slams in the face from agents. It's kind of like colleges, like applying to like Harvard and then applying to like this rinky dink college, and the rinky dink college is telling you like, you're not good enough. Apply again in a year. And it's like, I got into Harvard. What do you mean? Um, I'll answer your question in a second, Aurora. But so yeah, don't be nervous. Just email it. I know it feels like it's everything right now, but yeah, God's timing is always right. And so yeah, exactly. Exactly. I promise you. I promise you. I mean, once again, I flew out to LA to meet with this, not my current agency. I love them to death. I want to make that very clear. But I flew out to LA to meet this agent. And she canceled the agent meeting the night before. And then I flew back out because she had rescheduled the meeting, and then she ghosted me. And this is like a top agency. I mean, at that time they were. I don't think so anymore. And so I was like, oh my God, like I'm so lost. Like, what am I gonna do? You know, I have no agency. But you know, this agency who believes in me and sends me out on the perfect projects, you know, came literally like a week or two later. So yeah, I know it seems hard, but it's, you know, we need to get past this thing where we think, and not just saying this to you, I'm just saying this like to all things. I don't want to think people think I'm berating people, but I think that actors in general, but just young people and people of my generation or younger or whatever, we just believe we, I think that's what that means. We just believe that, you know, our time is almost up. You know what I mean? When, if you think about, like, I think about like the past year, and the past year feels like 5 years. You know what I mean? Like, because I've just been working and I've been auditioning and I've been, you know, freelancing and editing vlogs and traveling to these different places. And like, I think about, you know, that moment that, you know, I had all the death in the family, or that, you know, I didn't have auditions for a couple of months, and it was like, wow, like this sucks. You know, I've only had one audition during the springtime that I've been in LA. And oh, Portuguese. Okay, gotcha. Um, but the thing that I learned is like, we have to get past this thing of like, I got to do it in this amount of time, or it's not going to exist. Because patience is the greatest form of hard work, is the thing that I've learned. So yeah, my best of luck to you. No, you're not old at all. What the heck? Yeah, you're no, yeah, you're good. The fact that you're 18, oh my gosh. Yeah, no, you're good. You're good. And it's all going to work out for you, because you have to think about it like this. You're starting when you're supposed to be starting, with the tools in your head that you have, and you're going to be good. I promise you. It's all going to be okay. So, yeah. But I'm praying for you tonight, Jarika. You're in my prayers. I promise I'll pray for you before I go to bed, that everything works out. And that may be a no from this agency, but that's going to be okay. Okay, Aurora, back to your question. Why is finding auditions for SVU so hard? I've only seen a few on Actors Access. So you're welcome. Thank you. So I don't know. It's so funny because I think you're probably getting this from my story for Hi Brazil. Is your name Wow? Joa? Joa? Joa Victor 13? Is your name Wow? Um, but yeah, I don't know why auditions for SVU is so difficult. My audition for SVU was actually through that website, and I remembered like talking to the casting directors about it, and I was like, "This is so amazing! Like, this is so cool that, you know, I get to audition for this, and I don't have an agent or anything." And what I oh Victor, hi Victor. I'll just say Victor. And one of the things that I learned was that was the first audition of that kind that they had put on that website in, I think, in like 10 years. And I don't even think that website was around 10 years ago from the time that I auditioned for Law and Order. So the fact that I got it, you know, I pinch myself every single day. And I think a lot of people kind of see my life as like, oh, you get everything or you win everything. Like I literally just won this contest where I get to meet you guys know I love Vegas, but I won this all in challenge where I get to meet the Vegas Knights, which is this NHL team. And it's the first time I've ever really won anything. Right. And I was telling my friends, I was like, this is the first time I've won anything. And they were like, shut up. You won roles, you won this, you won that, you won the other thing. But I literally, like, all my life just felt like an underdog and a loser in a lot of ways. And that miracle happened. So the point of telling you this is that miracles happen every day. And even if you don't find that SVU role, a random role will pop up and it will be perfect for you. And it'll all happen. So yeah. Yeah, 18 is the perfect age. Yeah, work on the patience. Hi, Sarah. Any advice for getting over embarrassment in acting? I always get so scared to do scenes with too much of one emotion and get embarrassed to do it. So yeah, you need to work with an acting coach or somebody who can give you advice, third party ish, because I have this thing where I think like I'm acting and I'm just being really serious. So sometimes like people have to tell me like, you know, the scene is not that. It's like a comical scene. Um, sorry, text messages. And so I have to work through that. But yeah, definitely training will help out with that. And I always tell people this, like I'm even doing this now, even though I know like some of these roles I can't even take or accept. But I am just auditioning for just like random things right now, or not auditioning, but like submitting myself from just random projects right now, because it's still good to get the practice of like auditioning and getting over that embarrassment. The only way that it happens is if you put yourself out there and audition for any, like literally audition for summer stock, audition for your community theater, even if you don't want it, or even if you don't want to accept it, even if you think like you're supposed to be a movie star, which is what a lot of people think, but still audition for it. You know, it's okay to turn down the role, but getting through that audition and getting over that embarrassment like really helps. And even just auditioning or like going over like a monologue or like a scene in front of like your closest friends, starting there and then, you know, doing auditions with random things, you know, it helps. It definitely helps. So that's my advice. Um, that's literally me. I've had to learn. Aurora said she used to smile in scenes because she would get excited to be acting. That is so me. On the set of Law and Order, I'm a little behind the scenes story, but I will never forget. Kelly Giddish walked up to me and she was like, "You are just so cute," and I was like geeking the whole time. And then I had to do this scene where we see these two teens in a closet, like, you know, getting scared or whatever, or not getting scared, but this is a PG channel, but like something was happening in the closet and I had to act shocked. But during that scene, I was just like so happy to be there and just to see, you know, Carissy and Kelly Giddish on set. And I was like, is Ice-T gonna be here? You know, so it's a thing that you have to get over. But a good director and even a good casting director will tell you if you're doing something like that. But yeah, definitely work on that type of stuff at home. It's always good. I don't have a reel. I really should get one. Made maybe. I don't know. I don't have one though because I've only done the only scenes that matter to casting directors is my Law and Order scene. And I don't. I've only had like really like smaller roles so far. So yeah, it's just better to tell people like he's a new actor, he's an ingenue or whatever, than to be like, yeah, look at my reel, and then people be like, okay, because there's no range in like looks, there's no range in emotion, none of that stuff. So especially like for Fatal Attraction, when I was on that show, uh, my acting on that show is very similar to my acting on Law and Order. Fatal Attraction is like a snap type of show, investigation discovery. So I said that so many times on live stream this week. But yeah, I hope everybody's doing well. 30 more minutes, and then I'm going to bed. And editing vlogs. I'm so excited. I have 3 more Universal vlogs for you guys, Universal Studios. And then I still have my HBO Insecure vlog. And Issa Rae was nominated for Emmy today too, which was so cool. But I still have my Issa Rae vlog. I auditioned for Insecure last summer, which was so cool. The episode's already like aired. I didn't get the part, but the episode's already aired, so I'm excited to post the audition. And I have like a funny bloopers audition for you guys, a whole bunch of audition videos, basically. And then I went to Disney for a week, so I'll be posting that as well. Even though I went for a week, I think I only vlogged for like 3 days, but it's all good. It's a good time. So I'm excited to show you guys my life. It's gonna be good. I don't know what day. I'm not even gonna say what day because then people get mad and send me DMs like you promised vlogs when you're live on a Friday and it's not up. And it's like, once again, I want it to be binge. I don't want to post a vlog and then for something devastating to happen in my life and for me not to want to edit for a week. Because it takes a lot out of me to be really creative. So I need to be like in my right headspace, if that makes sense, or I'll just like stare at the screen and or put up something that I don't like or won't enjoy for a couple years. And some of these memories are like me going to Nashville was such a memory like for the rest of my life. I mean, obviously I can go back, but that first time of just like experiencing the city and the room and stuff, it's like you get one opportunity to edit this thing and to post it on the internet for the world to see. And I want them to see it in the eyes that I have at the time. You know, I went to this bar that was in the No More Sad Songs music video, which is a Little Mix song. And they were closed, but the garage clerk next to it was like Little Mix, and I was like Little Mix, like he knew I was there, but the bar was closed, so I couldn't go in. But he knew I was there for the Little Mix content, but I couldn't go. But that's fun, you know. It's fun to like experience that and to whatever. I didn't go to college for acting. I went to George Washington University in DC. It was a 3 to 4 hour bus ride from New York City. So I would go to New York to do free classes in Times Square. And then I would also audition every Friday there. So that's where I did my acting. And then at school, I graduated with a degree, Bachelor of Business Administration with uh, economics and public policy. And then my minor was acting because I took a Shakespeare class, a directions class, movement, classical dialogue, things like that. So I'm not classically trained, but I've taken the courses to where you can say that I was classically trained. Especially that Shakespeare class, that was hard. I was like, what? But then it came into like, I don't know because of the pandemic and stuff, but I auditioned to play Romeo, the first Black Romeo and Juliet in a film. I think this was December or November. I would post the video, but I think that they changed some words with the Shakespearean dialogue, so it's I don't know. I don't want to ruin their movie by posting it online. But what was I about to say? Oh yeah, first I auditioned to play the first Black Romeo on screen. It was a movie that was going to be shot kind of like Unfriended, where it's all on your phone or on the computer. And that Shakespearean dialogue class, man or girl, came into hand or came in handy. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm kind of nervous to be on live stream, but we're doing it. See, like I'm embarrassed now. Not embarrassed, but like I feel awkward, I guess. And you know, it's just things you have to do. It's kind of like sometimes people are like, you like to be not people, my mom, but people say like, you like to be out there, you should do this. You like to be out there. And it's like, I don't know if I do. I think I like pretend that I do, and then it all works out. Oh, Oz left something. I love seeing your journey to success. Please continue inspiring and helping fellow peers with your channel. Thank you guys. Oh my God. You're going to give me sweet dreams tonight. You guys are great. People always ask, like, what's the thing for my YouTube channel? What's the biggest thing that I want? Do I want 1 million subscribers? Do I want this? Do I want that? And it's really just being able to connect with people from around the world who have similar interests, and to see you guys on Instagram and to be able to follow you guys, or to be able to message with you guys and talk with you guys. And some people have even moved to text message, and you know, just really become close friends with people from around the world. And you know, it's a great thing. And some of my auditions have come from my vlog channel. You know, I've always said, like, when I auditioned for Disney Channel Movie Surfers, that came from a Disneyland vlog that I did. I'm curious to know if you want to comment this. I'll answer these questions, Jess, in a second. But I'm curious to know, what's the first vlog that you watched of mine, so that introduced you to my channel? And then what's your favorite vlog of mine? If you could tell me that, that would mean the world to me, because I've always wanted to know. But Jess asks, that's real nice. Her name is Jess. I know that now. Asked if you could have any ideal role to book, what would it be? It would probably be a musical role. So it would be Fiero and Wicked if Ariana was cast. Basically, if anybody was cast. I keep on saying if Ariana was cast. I just feel like it would be a perfect match. I've actually auditioned for not 3 projects, 2 projects that Ariana has been in. So Hairspray Live, I don't know what the other one was. I have to think about that. But yeah, so I would love to be Fiero and Wicked. The Dear Evan Hansen musical is coming out. I would love to be a part of that. I may or may not have auditioned for that, but you know. Um, and then oh, my Disney audition. Okay, cool. Thank you. Thanks, Jada. I love you so much. Um, what other roles would I want to book? I said last night that so basically, if you guys missed my previous live streams, I do this pretty often. I always leave a link in the info box, and you guys can check out my other live streams and my playlist on my channel. It's my live stream collection, and they're just all there with the title. So, what else? There's a lot of roles. Anything like Basketball Diaries ish, like that Leonardo DiCaprio did. Anything like Fear with Mark Wahlberg. I would love to be in a film like that. Basically, anybody who has like a tick. Anybody's a little bit crazy. Romance wise, I would love to do a film like I just watched Feel the Beat with Sophia Carson on Netflix, or like Sweet Home Alabama, but it's a a guy in that role would be cool. I love small town movies, things like that. And then, yeah, I don't really know any other roles. Oh my God, that's so cool. How I got my role in Law and Order. It's we. I'm going to tell you a story about that. Yeah, Phil the Beat was good. I love Sophia Carson, by the way. She's one of my favorite actresses. Like, she's one of those like I don't know, like people that I like really love. But like a lot of people, like if you've never seen Descendants, it's like how would you know? Funny story about how I got my role in Law and Order. So I recorded that video the night before. Yeah, she's great, Jess. So I recorded that video the night before I was supposed to go on set in Times Square, and then I lost the footage to. Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna answer all you guys in a second. That's so cool that these are you guys' first. Yeah, leave your first vlog that that you found me in and your favorite one. That's so cool. But yeah, I have about 20 more minutes on here. So funny backstory about the how I got my role in Law and Order. I filmed that the night before I was supposed to be on set, and then I lost the footage. So last summer at the beginning, I was like, oh, I'm putting my vlog channel on the back burner. I'm gonna be getting all these auditions, and then I got none. I got To All the Boys I Loved Before, and then like I auditioned for the Sopranos movie last year. I don't even know if that movie is still coming out. And then just didn't get an audition after that, just because it was a down period. Like March, April, May, June, July are like the worst months as far as auditioning goes. So I was editing that vlog, and that night is when I got the call from my mom that her dog had died. I was just like, what the? Like, I had just flown back to Ohio because my grandfather had died, and then that happened. And then that was like another week and a half of just like depression and disappointment and like not the greatest time. And I last night's live stream, I explained the bologna story of like literally having like a pack of bologna for like 3 days, and that was it. But everything's good, everything's well. And it's funny that my This Is Us audition is the first one that you saw, because that audition story saved my entire acting thing. I was out of LA. I was like, I'm done. If I get another audition, I will maybe fly back to the audition. But the This Is Us one taught me that, wonderful things are going to happen in your life at times when you least expect it. I was on the way to Disney World with my dad, who I like love to death. And I was like, look, we're gonna have to push this back a couple of days. And we did. And like 4 or 5 days, I think, because I had my audition. And it taught me that I can fly back and forth to auditions. You know what I mean? Like I can actually have a good life and still be an auditioning actor. And I'm so thankful for This Is Us for teaching me that, even though they don't know that they taught me that. But they really did that. You can go to Disney World and you can still audition for them, and you can travel the world and have friends and stuff like that. You don't have to be in LA, be a waiter, hate your life. If that's your I just have a lot of friends who tell me that kind of stuff. Not that that's like what every actor goes through. said his first vlog was my New York Hamilton vlog, introduced me to the channel because he wanted to audition for a role, and my favorite is LA Short Term Stay. Oh, the I'm guessing one of my friends, Nia Noranaya, her favorite vlog series is the Rancho Cucamonga vlogs. I'm guessing the LA Short Term Stay is the Rancho ones. Hadara says her first one was I saw preparing for my first Broadway audition, and then right after I subscribed. Good girl. I appreciate that. Yeah, the Hamilton one saved my life. You know, as far as like, I need to quit being so dramatic, but like as far as like being on YouTube goes, because once again, I was fired from my job, and I was like, I don't know, you know, what I'm gonna do, which is crazy to think about because now my whole world is being an independent freelancer and auditioning and being on YouTube, and it's just so creative. Um, oh no, it's okay, Oz. I'm not, you know, it's all good. I hope you don't think I was making fun of your spelling. I just, yeah, but thank you. Um, Sarah D has a question. Do you have a favorite on-set moment? Every set I've been on has a different vibe, and it's always so fun to go in not knowing people. And then funny BTS stuff happens, and everyone becomes friends by the rap. That's so true. I tried to keep in contact with everybody from Law and Order, but everybody just really had like, and it's actually maybe not. Maybe I need to reconnect because my mom was like watching my episode I think like a couple weeks ago or something, and she maybe it was this week, I don't know, but she took a picture of the screen and like everybody had like their IMDb photo in there except me because I don't know like what happened. I think like my like account expired. When you get an agent, an agency, like you have to have your own IMDb Pro account, which like where you can update obviously like all your stuff. And I'm so like self-oriented, like business minded, whatever. So I want to do that stuff on my own. But I didn't renew my I think IMDb Pro because of everything that just like was going on. So I forgot. Um, but how did I get off on that? Oh, so I tried to keep in contact with everybody on set, but my favorite on set moment is the Kelly Giddish thing. You're so cute. It's like, thank you. Um, of my entire life, my favorite on set moment. So Remember the Titans is one of my favorite movies of all time, and I was the photo double for Tristan Wilds, who's Mac Wilds on no Mac Wilds is his name, but he's Tristan Wilds on 90210, which is one of my favorite shows of all time. I think I have it. Hold on, I'm gonna grab it. Hold on one second, guys. I have it here. 90210. This is probably like my second favorite show of all time, behind Glee. Just because they were a family in Kansas, black guy moves to LA with adopted parents, and just living it up. So I actually was on set with him. I think this is summer of dreams, summer of 2015 when I did a lot of my acting stuff. And I was on set with Tristan Wilds, you know, or is it his name is Tristan Wilds, right? Yeah, his name is Dixon on the show. Okay, his name is Dixon on the show, but his name now is Mac Wilds. Anyways, so I was like his stand-in or his photo double. A stand-in is a person who like literally like stands in the scene for another actor who has like a similar complexion, just while they're able to get like rest or go to craft service or things like that. So I don't know anybody from Brazil. I'm sorry. And I do know I have a lot of subscribers in Brazil, but I don't know anybody personally. But anyways, so I was in the car with Wood Harris, and Remember the Titans is one of my favorite films of all time. And I was in the car with Wood Harris, like telling him that I love Remember the Titans. And I think he fell asleep while I was talking to him, which was fine. He's so cool. Like I love him so much. But he's one of because it was like 5 o'clock in the morning, and I'm not a person who's like a chatterbox, but like, and I wasn't like I was in like mid speech of talking to him, but I was just like having a conversation, and then like I look over and like I was about to say something else, and like he fell asleep, and I was like, oh, but it was cool. It was just cool, like to sit in the car with Wood Harris from Remember the Titans. I was like, oh my god. Um, and that same night, I would never forget. One Oak was like this huge, like awesome club, like back in 2015. Like Drake rapped about it. Everybody was rapping about it, and everybody was rapping about it. And I would never forget Tyson Beckford. huge Britney Spears fan here, like probably the biggest Britney Spears fan. If I could model my career after, well, it would be more Brandy, like Brandy's first couple of years. Like I would love like a show like Moesha, and then to be in like 5 different movies, including like a Cinderella type of thing, but like play the prince and have like hit albums, like Never Say Never, which I think is one of the greatest pop albums ever. Anyways, um, what was I about to say about Britney? Oh, so huge Britney Spears fan. So the first Britney Spears video that I ever saw was Toxic, and Tyson Beckford was in it. And I remember I was sitting in the car with Wood Harris, you know, just while like setting up the scene, and Tyson Beckford like is walking down the street from One Oak and just walks in the middle of the set. He was so cool and like shook everybody's hand. And it was just so like it was a closed set, but like he just like walked in the middle of the set. So that was my favorite like on set memory like ever. And then Rebel Wilson in How to Be Single had a bra cannon for water. And in the scene, like she was like, "Who wants to be sprayed by my?" And I was like, "I do." And then like she sprayed me. It didn't make the scene. I mean, it didn't make the movie. Only my shoulder made the movie. So that was another fun on set experience. And everybody who I met on How to Be Single was like friends for life. Um, I was an extra in that movie, so I didn't have speaking lines at that time. Daredevil, fun on set experience was in the scene. I'm in episode 1 of season 2. If you want to watch it on Netflix, I'm literally in the first 5 minutes. I'm Stoop Kid number 1. And I had more speaking lines in the episode, but okay. I had more speaking roles in the episode. I'm going to change this. I had more speaking roles in the episode, but what happened was they decided to take a higher angle. One of my friends texted me like, "You didn't tell me Insecure got a nomination." Yes, it did. Got to text her back in a second here. Hold on.
All right. What's sort of Daredevil scene? They pull a gun. It's night. 12 scene on me. We're supposed to like freak out for the scene to literally like the lines didn't get part of the scene. Guy run up rolling and I had no idea rehearsing, but the reaction. But I thought that it's in the episode Daredevil one person, like one of the memories here with the. One second.